Hello, everyone. My name is Marcin Kierdelewicz, and I'm the founder at BME IO project. Thank you for joining this webinar. Today, I will take you through the introduction of BME IO Business Process Automation Framework. Some housekeeping items. We're streaming live on YouTube, so please use a live chat option on the right-hand side to ask any questions. I hope you can hear me now. Please tell me if you can hear me. Okay, thank you. So let me take you through introduction to BME Business Process Automation Framework. We all do it. So independent survey shows that almost all the organizations spend considerable amount of time doing repetitive manual tasks. It's more than a half, it's 64% of those organizations spend over a quarter of their time doing repetitive manual tasks. Think of the advantages and savings you would gain if you would apply automation to your business. If you're just a small startup with 10 people, automating means you get a capacity of 2.5 more people. But if you're actually a 100-person company, automation will bring you at least 25 people capacity to your business. That's quite a lot, and that's not only advantages that you get with automation. There are top 5 reasons to automate, and let's have a look at those. Increased throughput or productivity. Like we said, it's not just about the savings, it's about bigger bandwidth. It's an increase in your bandwidth, as well as unblocking bottlenecks. Improved quality or increased predictability of quality. Now, think of it as you get improved quality not only just by automation, but you get improved quality by eliminating human errors, as well as ability to improve your processes all the time. So it's actually a constant improvement. Another reason to automate is improved robustness of processes or products. Now, think about it as building a best practice. Again, it's not just one-off automation, one-off savings, it's a constant improvement. So it's like building a best practice on how to run your processes within your organizations. That actually helps you to raise the standards within your organizations. Increased consistency of output. Now, think of it as delivering better products and services all the time. Again, it's a constant improvement, and think of what AI would add to that. It would come with some external ideas on how to better improve your products. And like we said, last but not least, reduced direct human labor costs and expenses. Now, today we want to introduce you to BME IO framework. So BME is an easy-to-use framework to automate your work and build business process-driven software, platforms, and robots. It's a secure and scalable enterprise-ready software. It's a tiny piece of software that will let you, as a non-IT person, to design and change businesses process within your organization and run them in automated manner. Now, there's a lot of automation that exists on the market. There's a lot of products that will promise to deliver an automation. Now, think of BME as not a final product as such. It's a framework. It's a framework that will let you to build your own processes, your own products and platforms. BME is a DevOps 2.0 type of framework. It bridges the gap between DevOps, automation, and business users. It's really the framework that empowers business people so they are able to design fully automated business processes. They let them manage those processes as well as influence and improve in future. That's what BIAMI is. There are, big ERP systems that would promise on the same. Now, from a functionality perspective, yes. Now, think of BIAMI as a small framework that turns your automated business processes as a service and exposes them in the cloud architecture. So you're actually able to, build your own systems driven by business processes that you define and run them sometimes on standalone small devices as well as in the cloud. And that's something what is different from existing products that exist from the products that exist on the market. On the other hand, there will be other small automation systems, but they will never be flexible enough to kind of give you a power to bring new features, to build customized processes in the way that you would like. Now, we're a startup, but we already have some experience on the market. And let me share a couple of use cases that we have with our customers. So we work with a top 10 global telco company. It is very well recognized brand. We're working with their innovation department. They're launching their open innovation challenges and inviting external members to participate. Because it's very well-known brand, each time they launch a new challenge, they get thousands of requests. Unfortunately, the quality of those requests is not on the same level as they would expect. So they get too much noise with not enough values from those requests. So what we've helped them with is we've created something what we called a golden profile of a person that would bring innovation solutions to their challenges. And we automated process of looking for such a profiles. And with those application automated systems, today we're sending more than 10,000 invites per month as qualified potential innovation members to their innovation platform. We have automated content screening and scoring. So 90% of bad content is automatically eliminated within the day from its submission. It's not only that we increased a quality, but we also help them with bringing much more users with a good quality than they had before. Now they're saying that there's a couple of reasons why they work with us, but really one is important that with other existing tools that kind of automate social networks, they focus mostly on top 3 networks like Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Now, what we're able to do with BIAMI is we're able to integrate with those three big networks, as well as integrate with small local expert hubs, where actually we can really find those experts that have a specific experience, specific areas, and we can invite them to join the innovation community for our customer. Another use case is with a top 10 European bank. It's an international bank having their operations in 13 countries. They want to develop a home banking application, and the problem was that they didn't have a budget to run 13 separate software development projects. And they came to us and they asked, how could we run this project as a one global project despite having 13 different IT architectures in every country. What we help them with is we brought the idea of business process driven application development with common user interface. We have built a one common user interface that is triggering same business processes that are executed in a different way in the different countries. So have a think of an example where if you're in France and you want to see a balance on your account, you request a process called, show me the balance on my account. We trigger that process, and because you are in France, what we do is we retrieve data, with the French with the IT architecture that they have in France. So we go through some ESB systems. We retrieve data that way in a secure way. Now, if you're, for example, in Argentina, they actually don't have ESB there, and they have a different architecture, but they still want to display the balance on their account. So even if you're in Argentina, you actually, from the UI perspective, you trigger exactly the same process that says, show me balance of my account. But because you're in Argentina, the process is executed in a different way, and we retrieve data in a different way. So what we did is we brought an abstraction layer on top of their various different enterprise architectures, and you were able to build one common standard and best practices within their international application development project. Now, the reason why customers said is they were working with us is that we brought automatically more than 50% of cost savings compared to their to the existing solutions that they found on the market. They also like the way that BIAMI framework is easy to extend. It's easy to bring new functionalities and integrate with new systems. Another use case I want to share with you is we're working with a leading online retailer where we help them with complex business process automation. Within their e-commerce system, there is an online registration process that requires users to be registered within a number of IT systems and cloud services. Now, some of those cloud services require execution of some background processes before registration happens. So to give you an example, it's a multi-vendor retailer, and if you are registering with them as a new vendor, what they do is they will automatically register you with their e-commerce platform, but they will also register you in a number of other IT systems and services. One of them is, for example, your credit scoring check. So at the back, BIAMI not only registers your data with their e-commerce system, but at the back, at the same time, it also registered you, with the credit scoring agency. It actually runs the process at the back to get your credit score. So then we can feed back and apply various level of credit that the retailer can give you, to start doing business with them. So, the reason why customers said, they decided to use BIAMI is because, it was pretty expensive for them to handle, various integrations with third-party systems as the custom code. What they would have to do is, for every new integration, they would have to create a new small integration project, run that code, and then long-term, if you would like to support it, they would expect that the cost of maintenance for those integrations will only go up. Now, what we did is we helped them with building a processes that follow certain rules and execute the integration with third-party systems. Also, another advantage that they have mentioned was that our architecture is handling a large amount of registrations at the same time. BIAMI is a scalable framework, so you can run it, in the cloud, and it will scale out. Depends on how many requests you have, and we'll add more instances to it. And with that, you can handle very, very large amount of requests per second. Another use case I want to share with you is with leading service provider that we helped to build them a service catalog, and we brought a business process automation into the organization. The problem they had is that there is a high competition on a service provider market already. And there was a need, they wanted to start offer a unique services to gain competitive advantage, together with a low cost of maintenance of those services. So if you take a look at the service provider market, most of them will offer very similar services, and they wanted to differentiate themselves, and they wanted to actually start building some more advanced solutions. So what we helped them with was building IT processes that were able to combine X number of various IT technologies together to build quite complex solutions that they can offer on top of their standard offering to the end customers. So they not only that they're able to build those new solutions, but we brought the best practice on how to build and onboard new services. This is all integrated with their existing infrastructure, their CRM and invoicing systems, and they're able now to design and launch new, really complex services within the weeks of time. So agility was also one of the reasons why customer decided to choose BIAMI. Last but not least, I want to tell you about the use case we have with creating a bot. So we're working with a leading software company, and we created a lead generation bot for them. Myself, I spent many years working in software industry, and we know how much time inside salespeople are spending on reviewing the different social networks to find potential customers, and then they send those first emails asking them to actually asking the question if they're interested in technologies that they sell, etc. So what we've helped them is we've helped them with automating those processes. We've selected some specific social networks, and we've automated the process of selecting again what was called a golden profile of a person that is the best for being potential customer, as well as we started to automate the first interactions with those individuals. Now at the stage we're together, we're now together with that customer is that we're able to generate over 2,000 new leads per month with the solution that we have delivered within 60 days to them. Again, saves a lot of time, not just saves a lot of time to inside salespeople, but they were able to actually increase the bandwidth significantly. So the inside salespeople can focus only on the really hot leads that they should do and have a custom discussions about what they should have, not just do kind of a cold calling. Now, those are the use cases that I want to share with you. If you're interested in knowing more, please feel free to reach out to us. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about the solutions that we offer. So the areas where we can help you with. So one is, of course, a business process automation. This is what we can have. This is what BIAMI is. BIAMI is a business process automation framework that will let you as a non-IT person to design and automate business processes. This is really what we excel in. So you're really able to build your first processes very quickly, and at any time, if you have any questions, you're able to ask us for help, and we will help you. Another area we'll help you with is a business process as a service. After you create your business processes, what you want to do, you want to expose them as a service and build your business process driven platform as a service, or you want to expose these services in a standalone architecture for IoT use cases. So think of it as a standard platform as a service product offer you a fixed functionality that are hard coded by the vendors and offer a specific fixed functionality. Now, what you can do with the BIAMI is you can build your own business platform as a service that will run in the way that you want, not that a vendor has anticipated in. Now, another area we're helping customers with is enterprise cloud transformation. As we know, many IT systems were built 10, maybe 20 years ago, and they are not always, so cloud-ready technologies. Now, with all the cloud transformations in every company going cloud or as a service, there is something we can help you with. So we can take you through stages from, being a non-cloud organization. We can take you to what we call a middle stage. Middle stage will be a stage where we will design a business process, your cloud business processes, and we'll expose them as a cloud architecture, and we will let your users and customers use those services that will actually connect to your existing enterprise systems and perform various operations in there. Now, the next step will be going into cloud native world, which sometimes requires your enterprise software, sometimes parts of it to be rewritten, or we can create even more and more automation processes that will help you with scaling out your existing applications. Last but not least is we help companies who would like to enter the Internet of Things world. So we're working with an existing manufacturers who would like to build their devices and make them more smart and secure. That's what we can help with. We had one inquiry actually from a CCTV operation organization that is operating CCTV in a city. So they operate a CCTV system in kind of old way. So, audio, video kind of type of network, not really digital one. And we proposed to help them with actually making it a smart digital network. So without a need to replace all the equipment, we suggested that we would add a small IoT devices into their existing cameras, and those cameras will act as the API gateways. Will also, digitalize the streaming. Will also perform some sort of a local processing, and then send the data to cloud for advanced data analytics purposes, and that would be connected with additional services like alerts, etc., on top of that. So we can help you in those four things. If you have needs in any of those, and I'm sure you do, please let us know, and we will be able to help. Now, let me tell you a little bit about product and services we have here at BIAMI. That will help you with understanding on what is your typical journey with BIAMI. So BIAMI Dev is an entry product that we have. BME Dev is a free software that you can download from our website. You go to www.bme.io/download, and you can download the free version of BME Dev. What it does is it helps you design and test your automated business processes. That it will take you through the full design and testing life cycle. So you can be 100% sure that your processes will work. If there is a need to extend functionality, add more plugins, or configure, you will all be able to handle that in BME Dev. It takes you through the full process of, like I said again, the design and test your automated business processes. If you have any questions and you don't know, like, what would be the best practice to design a specific process, or you don't know, you're just asking for suggestions, etc., we have actually a quite cost-effective, support model for the development of processes. So feel free to ask us, or in your Google spreadsheet when you design the process, you can add in comments plus bme@bme.io, and then ask the questions, and we will receive that questions and we will be able to respond. So BME Dev is always the product that you start with. This is again where it helps you to design and test all your processes. Now, after you've tested your processes, you're looking for a platform to execute those processes and expose them as a service and build your IoT deployments or cloud deployments. This is where BME Enterprise Edition steps in. Enterprise Edition of BME, it exposes the process that you've developed in BME Dev, and it exposes them as a service, and again as a standalone architecture for example, IoT example, or for cloud architecture, and you can run it on any cloud, public cloud, private cloud as well. So BME Enterprise Edition will help you to build your platforms and execute those automated processes. Again, on top of that, we offer support to help you with maintaining your non-production, as well as, of course, production environments with full 24/7 SLAs and so on. For companies who would require resource management or product lifecycle management in their business process automation, we have a product called BME Resource Management that is an add-on on top of BME Enterprise Edition. Let's say you are a system service provider that needs to manage their IT resources. So you need to manage your servers, physical servers, VMs, IP addresses, and so on. And you want to make sure that every time you request a new service and you onboard new customers, you will get a different set of data, because you don't want to mix those data between different customers. You build fully secure environments, etc., etc. This is where resource management steps in. So BME will let you actually import all the resources that you have, and then manage their life cycle from being available to through the process of using them, and also release them back again when you decommission the servers. So it goes through the complete full life cycle. For those who would like to try BME by themselves and just see how automation works, we actually have a BME Personal offering that is a managed service in the cloud. So you could go actually on the bme.io website, and you could go to product and order BME Personal today. It doesn't give you the access to BME Enterprise Edition. It's a service that we manage for you, and we run it in the cloud. But we will actually expose those processes that you design using BME Dev, and we will expose them as the service, and we will fully manage for them, and you will be able just to make external calls from your other IT systems, or use some forms on the different websites or different systems that you have and integrate it together with your existing infrastructure. Now, those are the products that we have, and they cover at the moment, most of the needs that our customers have. This is really the offering that will help you and will let you build, fully automated business processes, process-driven platforms as a service, software or robots, right? Now, because we're talking about the products and services, I want to tell you about next steps as well. So there are two products we have on the roadmap at the moment. There is BIAMI Performance Management. It is going to be an add-on on top of BIAMI Enterprise Edition in the same way as Resource Management works. So this is going to be an add-on for companies that require to measure their KPIs and they meet specific SLAs, etc. So the performance management will just gather all the performance data that we already measure in individual processes, but it will take it all together, will aggregate and then build you a picture of KPIs and SLAs that you need to meet. Another one is BIAMI Artificial Intelligence. Think of it as a brain. So what you'll be able to do is you will be able to put a specific examples of behaviors. It's like you would go to school and you learn some things, and if some unexpected or a new input comes in, something that you have never seen before, what you do is you would act in a similar way to what you've done in the past, and this experience will bring you BIAMI Artificial Intelligence product, again, that will work together with Enterprise Edition of BIAMI. Please let me know if you're interested in those, and we are happy to work with you and use you as a beta testers for that. Now, those are the products and that we have, and as you know, there are a lot of existing automation systems on the market. But let me tell you a little bit about the advantages that we have. So first, think of BIAMI as a framework and not a finished product. Again, it's a framework that you can use to build your own products and not, and build your own functionalities and design your automated processes versus, products that will have a fixed functionality and will do just a specific tasks. BIAMI is an easy to use product where non-IT people with no IT skills can design fully automated business processes. There's really not that many products that offer that at the moment. If they are, they're usually a big ERP system that will promise you to deliver on that, but the architecture and cost that they require in the back will be really, really big and will not always let you to build your cloud applications that will scale out as quickly as you want. And BIAMI is actually a tiny product, a small product, but it's also easy to integrate as well as embed in your systems. So every project that we run requires integrations with some third-party IT systems, cloud services, and so on. Now, if you would like to if you're not a cloud company and you would like to offer some cloud services, it's very easy to embed BIAMI product into your software as well, and you would be able to actually offer those cloud services on top of what you offer today. Now, dynamic parameters. We're able, within the process, we're able to define dynamic parameters that help you with building the abstraction between the user experience and actually how the process behaves. So what it means is we have a different entry data for the processes, or if in the middle of the process something changes or some things will happen, you will be the process will be able to behave in a different way. So that is really a big advantage that only very advanced systems handle today. Again, we offer you it in a kind of a framework available to you today. With every customer now, we use collaboration features. It's actually very, very easy. Again, if you design your processes, for example, in Google Spreadsheet, you just add a comment, you add in a comment plus biami@biami.io, and then ask the question, and we will receive that question, we'll reply to you, and we'll help you with best practices on building the processes, or what sort of plugins to use, what we would recommend, how we would recommend the automations, etc., etc. So collaboration, not just external collaboration with us, but internal collaboration within your team is part of the solution, and you're able to share actually best practice and bring this best expertise from different people within your team to build the best processes. The change management is something that we have spent a lot of time on. So we were really working hard on making sure that you don't need to take your production system down if you're implementing a new version of the process. And it's a fact, you don't need that today. If you design a new version of the same process, what you do is you import it into a production environment, and all the new requests after import, all the new requests will automatically go through that new version of the process, where the existing ones, the processes that are still in execution, will follow the previous version of the process. So we have very, very user friendly and change management features within the software. When you build your cloud services, you need to make sure that they're always up and running. Now, Biami is a framework. It has a set of plugins. Like nowadays, we have over 50 plugins, and we're working hard on bringing more of them. But you can build your own plugins and extend functionality of Biami on your own. And we have customers doing that. And you're able to build those plugins using any programming language. So if you have your existing development teams and you would like to build some custom or specific to your organization plugins, you're free to do so. Now, Biami offers a scalable microservice architecture, so you're able to build a cloud deployment. Its tiny footprint also help you with being able to deploy the Biami platform, the Biami on any platform. So we have a big deployments that are running on Amazon Web Services, and you can build your business process driven platform as a service and expose business process as a service on the Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, or any public cloud. You could also run a standalone deployments, and we have the smallest deployments we have is running Biami on the small IoT devices that are the size of micro SD card. So Biami is written in Java, and anything that can run Java will be able to actually run Biami. So again, from very, very tiny IoT devices through phones, tablets, desktops, servers to the clouds, runs on anything you want. Last but not least, it's free to design and test. So you can go to our website, you can download the Biami Dev Edition, and you can start designing and testing, running your individual automation test processes today. Now let me share a couple of resources that are available on the website before we go to questions and answers. Please use a live chat on YouTube to ask questions that you have. So it's very easy to learn Biami. we have created a special part of the website at www.biami.io/learn, where you can go and you can, see the resources available there. There are, information. There are information about the typical process of designing, testing, and running fully automated business processes in production. There are recorded videos that you can watch and learn on how to do it. Every other week, we will be running webinars on various topics. This is one example. It's introductory webinar, but in next 2 weeks, we will have another webinar, and we'll let you know about that soon as well. Go to download website to download BIAMI Dev, and you will be able to download a dev edition of our BIAMI software, and you will be able to design and test your automation process. And later on, you can expose them on top of BIAMI Enterprise Edition as a platform within your organization for your organization, or if that's for personal use, then you can just purchase BIAMI Personal, and we will manage that service for you. Now, if you want to get help, if you have any questions, if you want to get help, if you would like to request proof of concept, we're running quite a few proof of concepts at the moment. Or if you would like to partner with us, please don't hesitate to contact us. Send us email to biami@biami.io, or fill the form, contact form on our website. So that is all that I want to tell you today as an introductory webinar about BIAMI. We're very at the beginning of very exciting journey, and let me go through some questions and answers. And if you have questions on YouTube, please use a live chat and please post your questions there. Now, I have very often questions like how to position BIAMI against other products, or what is a competition to BIAMI. And there are a lot of, like I said before, there are a lot of automation products out there, but most of them are a fixed products that offer you a fixed functionality. They're not frameworks that let you build your own solutions, right? As well as they will very often cover some specific areas. So for example, Microsoft has their own MS Flow product, right? So within MS Flow, you can actually you can execute a specific processes that Microsoft have defined that they think is the best use case, and then just you can execute them X number of times per day. So BIAMI is a little bit different because you actually design. It's you who design the automation process, and then you expose it as a service. And it's not only that you can run it X number of times per day, but you can actually expose it as a service and have it fully integrated with third-party systems, and and run it in a scalable cloud architecture where you can have a lot of requests per second, hundreds of thousands requests per second. Now, question is how to start with BIAMI. So I would say you can start really in the easiest way will be like a couple of ways to do it. First, go on our website. And go to to a section where you can learn about BIAMI, and there you will actually find the links on videos and links on how to design your fully automated business processes. So feel free to use that, create your own spreadsheets, Google spreadsheets, and then start designing your processes. And if you have questions, ask for help. Again, it's very easy. Just add comments, and in comment add +biami@biami.io, and then post the questions, and we will receive that question, and we will be able to help you. That's one of the ways just to start with designing the processes. Another way would be, go with personal edition of BIAMI. Go order a personal edition of BIAMI, and and come ask questions, and we'll help you with designing the process and executing them in a scalable architecture. Or if you're an enterprise that would like to run a specific proof of concept or embed automation technologies into your existing offering, then please contact us, and we will be able to help. So that is all I wanted to say today. If I look at the questions, there are no more questions at the moment. So I hope you enjoy it, and thank you very much for joining the webinar. It is beginning of very exciting journeys. Again, every other week we will be running the public webinars, and we'll bring you more and more about BIAMI. Please stay in touch, and thank you very much for joining, and I hope you enjoyed this webinar. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of the day or evening, depends on where you are. Thank you, and bye.